You should take it as your real life work. The other 23 hours is the unreal life work. But if once there is a resolute self-consecration from deep within, if there is an awakening to the soul's call, these inadequate things can be a sufficient instrument for the divine purpose. Next. Any name, any form, any symbol, any offering has been held to be sufficient if there is the consecration along with it. For the divine knows himself in the heart of the seeker and accepts the sacrifice. The sadhaka is often led gradually, and there is a long space between the first turning of the mind and the full ascent of the nature to the thing towards which it turns. And sometimes the long space may be many births also. But now you don't wait for many births. Now the time has come. What we have been doing since many births has materialized and crystallized as this hour. Don't miss it. These may at first be vivid intellectual interest, as we are doing a vivid intellectual interest, a forcible attraction. Some of your friends may pull you to come to this class. You are coming here not because you wanted to. You think your friend is pulling you, but it is your friend who is working as the agent of the divine. You try to see that. A forcible attraction towards the idea and some imperfect form of practice. Next. Or perhaps there is an effort not favored by the whole nature, a decision or turn imposed by an intellectual influence. You are understanding these words, I need not explain. Or dictated by personal affection or admiration for someone who is himself consecrated and devoted to the highest, your own guru. In such cases, a long period of preparation may be necessary before there comes the irrevocable consecration, and in some instances, we don't read it. At least I won't read it. There may even be a recoil to the lower life, what is called in the ordinary parlance of yoga, a fall from the yoga, from the path. This is what Arjuna asks Sri Krishna. What happens to the yoga bhrashta? Continue. 1 minute, we leave it. Jai Gurudev.